I'm hungry. What are we gonna eat?
What about fried chicken?
I'm tired of eating all that grease all the time.
We can have fried chicken. We'll just use the air fryer.
An air fryer? What's that?
An air fryer is only the best appliance on the planet. It allows us to have fried chicken without the oil. It is literally the best appliance out there.
But we don't have an air fryer.
I can take care of that.
How'd you do that?
I'm special.
You're right. You are special. Hey guys, thank you for joining me. It's your boy Allan Wade, and you bought an air fryer. That's why you're here, right? And it didn't come with any instructions. So just follow along, and we're going to show you how to fry on the air fryer, and you too will become an air fryer expert. Let's go.
Okay, so first of all, we have to start and make sure the chicken is thawed out. So it's already thawed out. We've already thawed this part out. And we're just rinsing it off to just make sure that it's, you know, good and clean. So we'll just wash this off a couple times here. I always like to season in a bowl. A good friend of mine once told me like that was just a whole lot easier, and it really lets me keep all the seasoning in there. Am I still talking? Okay. So we'll rinse this off a few times here. And we're going to use this bowl. And the thing about the air fryer is you really do want to have like dry meat. So I always like pat dry, you know, just to make sure that the chicken is dry before you stick anything in there. Because like I said before, like the great thing about the air fryer is there's no oil. It only uses, you know, the meats, oils from the meats. So you're not adding any oil. So you want to make sure, you know, before you season that it's dry. Now, some people, they don't season beforehand. I personally like to season beforehand. It may make your cleanup just a little bit more difficult, but I season beforehand. So we'll just take some paper towels here and just pat dry a few more, you know, just all these pieces here. We got this chicken from Trader Joe's, and then we thawed it out. So it's organic chicken.
So it doesn't matter what kind of chicken it is, right?
No, it does not matter what kind of chicken you use. We just chose to use organic chicken today because we are trying to, you know, be conscious and be healthier with our meat choices when we do eat meat. So we've been told that organic is kind of the way to go. So we try to go that way, that route. So we plug it in here into your outlet. And on here, you're going to get this little button right here. Now, we have a Blusmart. And so this one, this Blusmart, this is the on button here, right here in the center. And then it's got 5 buttons in total, 2 on each side of the on button. And you've got this right side is your time. It defaults to 15 minutes, so you got to up or down from 15 minutes, however long you want to do it. And then this left part is the temperature, which defaults at 370 degrees. So then you increase it or you decrease it based upon however long you want it to be.
Just like a digital stove.
Exactly.
All right, so how do you set it up?
Okay, so what we're going to do, before we start, we'll turn it on here. So as I mentioned, it is defaults to 15 minutes. And we just want to warm up. And so you just turn it on for 3 minutes, nothing in there, 3 minutes just to get it warmed up, and then you warm it up for the temperature that you want to put it at.
And what's that?
For this, what we're doing is, I typically like to do it about 390 degrees. Okay. So we'll press that.
And press on. And
that's it. And then it's warming itself up. You season your chicken kind of to your taste. So for me, I use a little bit of I put some complete seasoning in here. I season in a bowl because it's easy to kind of mix it around, and then you can make sure that, you know, you're getting all the pieces in there. So I season with some complete seasoning in here. Make sure it's good. This is like one of my favorite seasonings. Some people are probably saying, oh my God, you use a lot, but I love it. It tastes awesome. Then I season it with some pepper. Any pepper will do. You know, I just happen to use McCormick. And you season that. You know, get it in there, turn it upside down, you know, move the chicken around with your free hand. Okay, then I also season with some onion powder. So I don't put, you don't put too much unpowdered because you know I think it's got some high sodium intake, so I don't put a lot in there. But again, you season it to your taste buds. Some people may think I've just put a lot in there. Then I put a little bit of garlic. Bless you. A little bit of garlic in there. Get it in around again, you know.
That's a lot of garlic.
Okay, a lot of garlic. And then I put thyme. A little thyme in there. It already smells like flavorful, you know. Okay, I'm almost out of thyme. And then sometimes I just put just a little bit of paprika, you know, just to spice some things up a little bit. Just a little paprika. Paprika. Okay. Then you mix it all around. Make sure it's getting in there. This is why I love to season in a bowl, because it allows me to do this. I can make sure all the meat is good and seasoned. And then you are good to go. Now, one important thing, I mentioned this earlier, but you don't want to put any sauce. And I have, you know, earlier pat dried the chicken so that it's some as dry as can be before I kind of stick it in the air fryer once it's ready to go. So, dried chicken, no liquid or sauce or anything like that before you stick it in the air fryer. Just remember those few things. Okay, so we got 1 minute here left on the air fryer, and we'll just sit here and, you know, wait until it's done, and you can see when it's done what's going to happen. So it doesn't do a countdown, but you know that it's going to be stopping here anytime. It's less than a minute since it said 0 on there. So we'll just wait for a few more seconds here.
It's gonna beep.
And it's beeping. So, oh, okay, so it's...
So does that mean it's ready?
So this means it's ready.
So can you pull it out?
So you pull it out, and then you're ready to go. So now I have cleaned I've used my air fryer quite a bit. So sometimes it's a little bit difficult to clean. So, you know, this is clean. So ignore if you don't see any paint chips and things like that. So that happens throughout the cleaning process. So
paint chips.
So anyway, so here we are. We're ready to put the chicken in the air fryer. So, okay. Stick it in there. And like I mentioned before, you do not want to layer anything. So I'll probably get, I don't know, 10 or so pieces of chicken in here. And I just put it around kind of the base, you know, getting in there. Give the chicken a little bit of room, because halfway through, you're gonna want to flip it, turn it, shake it, whatever you want to kind of call it. And we get it in there. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 pieces of chicken. And now this all varies depending on the size. So sometimes if you've got bigger wings, I'm probably only going to be able to get 5 in there. These are smaller wings, and so you can obviously get a little bit more in there, but it also just depends on the size of your air fryer. So now we've got that all set here, and we're ready to stick this back in here. And remember how we did it before, right? So you press your start, and you're gonna have to reset everything. Now, again, I typically cook the chicken between 29 and 30 minutes. I always do kind of my first half 15 minutes. So 15 minutes, so we leave that. Then I go over here to this temperature and put it to 390. And then I press start. And now for 15 minutes, you can go and, you know, do whatever you want to do some little cleaning up. I like to clean as I go when I cook. And then in 15 minutes, it'll beep again, and you'll come and you'll check it. And then I'll show you kind of what it looks like at 15-minute mark. Okay, so we're done. We're about 15 minutes at the halfway mark. This is what it looks at 15 minutes. So you can see, you know, it started to cook. It's bubbling, you know. So we got to make sure, because it's been on kind of this side the whole time. So you can do 2 things. You can shake it, you know, just to make sure. I also like to use, this came with it. These little tong set came with the Blusmart. So I just turn it over with this. And just to make sure that I can get the other sides, you know, and so they're all in kind of the right place here. So you flip this. Uh-oh, hold on.
It's crazy. How is it
Yeah, so you see it's already, you know, you can see it's already starting to get, you know, this crispiness to it. Which is what's so amazing about this thing. And I'm telling you, wait till you taste it. I mean, it is awesome. So sometimes the things, they do get a little stuck in there. That's what really why you don't want any sauce in here right now. Because right, not at all. Because the only thing it's gonna do is really get stuck. And you can see that, like, it's minimal oil in here, you know, and anything that goes in there, and I should have showed you this kind of before, but it just falls kind of in this little part there
at the bottom,
at the very bottom, and these little things attach. So I should have showed you that before, but this attaches by just pressing this little red button here, and that's how you took it out to shake it.
Did you flip that one?
I did flip that one, so that one's kind of good. But we'll just flip it again. Okay, so.
All right, so now what?
Now, we stick it back in. So I always, depending on kind of what it looks like when I take it out, and again, you kind of adjust your timing for the size of the wings that you put in there. So I still think this is probably going to be done, just to be on the safe side, I'm only going to put 13 minutes on because I don't want to burn it. So that would be a total of 27 minutes, but then, you know, give or take at the 13-minute mark, I'll take it out and decide whether or not I want to add a minute or two or so on there. So we go back and kind of redo our thing before. You press that, it defaults to 370. I want to cook on 390. And then instead of 15 minutes, I'm going to put 13 minutes on there. And I'm going to press start. And then you go on, and that's it.
And then when it beeps, then it's done. When
it beeps, then it's done. You take another look. The other thing is, if you do put some time on, you're like, oh my gosh, 13 minutes is too long. One of the things you can do is you can pull this out right in the middle to stop it. But you just got to start it back, and then it starts kind of back on its own with the remaining time. So you can do that and check it throughout the time too.
Okay, I see. Alright, so Blusmart is a good brand to get.
Yes, I've enjoyed it. Like, this thing is amazing.
So if you guys want to purchase a Blusmart air fryer, I'll leave the product link in the description below this video. Just use that link, go on and purchase your Blusmart air fryer or a specific brand that you want to get. Doesn't have to be Blusmart, but this is just the one that we're using in this video.
Okay, so we are at the end of the 13 minutes, so look at this, right? These are done. This is crispy. And I may just stick them in there just for one more minute, just for good measure, just to, you know, make sure. I like to make sure they're done. So they're sticking a little bit here, so, but you can flip that over and you can see it's a nice brown, you know, crispiness to it. Look, you can see how, okay. Nice brown crispiness to it. Like I said, it's sticking a little bit, so you kind of got to use your tongue to get under there some. And then, you know, flip them over. You know, sometimes I like to do too, if you want it to be, you know, if you like yours a little, like really, really crispy, like in the last few minutes, you can turn up your air fryer to like 400, you know, turn it up a few degrees to 400 or so. And then, you know, that can bring an extra, you know, layer of crispiness to it. So why don't we just do that? We'll just put it in for like one more minute and we'll turn it up to 100. I'm sorry, to 400. And then we'll just take this all the way down to a minute and press start. And then this is just if you like it. Like I said, if you want to just give it a little bit more of a crispiness to it. It already comes out really crispy, which is really so amazing. When you think about fried chicken and, you know, having to dump it in the oil and all of this, this appliance really kind of takes all of that away. So this is why it's literally become my most favorite appliance in the whole house. So we'll just let that, and I'll just get a plate here so that I can be prepared. Now, the other thing, so while it's doing that, I also at times, I'm gonna leave the camera here, sorry, like to, you can make your own, you know, sauce, right? So remember I said we don't want to do any sauce. So sometimes I put a little olive oil in here. And this is if you kind of want to make your own, and I can make my own lemon pepper. So I've got some, this is Mrs. Dash lemon pepper. And then you just kind of put it in here, you know, just, you know, enough. I just kind of do this, you know, just enough what I think, and, you know, kind of move it around. I probably need to add a little bit more oil here.
But we just avoided using oil.
I know, this is if you still want to do that, but this is olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, so, you know, it's not horrible. It's not like dipping it all in like the fryer. So you've just heard it beep. That means it's done. And you know, see, so that's, you know, nice little crispiness to it. And again, I'll just probably do a couple pieces. Since again, you make a good point, if nobody wants to put any oil, that's fine. You can also add your barbecue sauce or your sweet chili sauce once you take it out of this fryer. And I'll just kind of show you here how I would, you know, dip mine and turn it and do that. And I'm gonna taste a piece for you. You know, just make sure it's all good and it's done. So it's hot, but look, that's done. Done on the inside. It's steaming. You can probably see the steam coming off. It's hot. And that lemon pepper does added a nice little kick to it. Good flavoring. And that's it. There you have it.
And there you have it, folks. That's pretty much how you fry chicken on an air fryer. Just save the sauce for the end. Delicious. Can't beat it. Promise. And most importantly, healthy for you. Air fryer. Get yourself one.
Turn up that, crank it up. Why listen to the rest when you're rocking with the best, baby?